Hello everyone, welcome to me shamelessly hopping on a bandwagon. Today, I am going to be doing a tier list for the Spider-Man movies. You know, because I like comic book movies, and Spider-Man's pretty dope. So, over here we have the tiers, pretty self-explanatory. So, let's get started with the shit tier, and it's pretty obvious what's going in there, and that would be The Amazing Spider-Man 2. What a trash heap of a movie. None of the characters were interesting or properly represented their comic book counterparts at all. The script was fucking atrocious, and the look of everyone is just so terrible. Andrew Garfield and Emma Watson have little chemistry, and I say little because they were fucking IRL at the time of the movie, and that gave them some help, but Jesus Christ, it's just so bad. You'll probably see a commentary for it in the future, so... Moving on to the middling tier, that has got to be The Amazing Spider-Man 1. It's not a horrible movie, it's merely just, well, middling, as the tier suggests. Because on the whole, it's tolerable, and the Lizard was an alright villain. They just really missed the mark with Peter Parker and his character. He was just a bit too much of an edgelord, and they played up the whole Destiny shtick way too much. It all just contradicts what makes Spidey such a great character. Though I will say, Andrew Garfield's Spidey portrayal was alright. He was quippy, and he looked good in the Spidey suit. Yeah. But overall, you can skip it. Moving on to the good tier. You're gonna hate me for this one, but Spidey 3 is a good movie. Sure, it has some bloat issues, and had Venom been cut from the film, they could have easily told the same story. But for what we got, this was a good movie. It's such a dark and interesting character story for Spidey. And Thomas Hayden Church's performance as Sandman was fantastic. It doesn't deserve the hate it gets, really. And also in the good tier, we have Spider-Man Homecoming. Spider-Man Homecoming, while it was infinitely better than the Amazing Spider-Man movies, that's not much of a feat. This movie, overall, does not compare to the Raimi films. It lacks a lot of the ideas that made those movies great. And while it tried to touch on the themes, it didn't spend enough time on them to really make the film special. Still though, Tom Holland is a solid Spidey. Michael Keaton was a great Vulture, and I marked the fuck out when Michael Mondo was playing the Scorpion. So good. It was an alright movie, I'd say. Moving on to the great tier, it has to be Spider-Man 1. This was such a watershed moment for superhero movies. Sam Raimi brought this character to life so well. Tugboat brought such a great charm and personality to the table as Peter Parker, and his Spider-Man was not that bad either. Thurber, Willem Dafoe gave a career fucking performance as the Green Goblin. He looked like he was having a blast. He was such a great villain. Sure, the special effects have not aged well at all, but that adds to the film's campy nature, and it makes for a fun time. Really great film. Moving on to the final tier, the God tier. Into the Spider-Verse is going on there, and this is such a great fucking movie. Miles Morales is such a good character, and he embodied all the right things and messages. He was all about earning your keep, responsibility, family, etc. This film touched on all of what makes Spider-Man great. And it's such a great character study. And it brought the world of Spider-Man to life in such a unique fashion. All the performances were great. They were top-notch. And the animation was absolutely gorgeous. I think the only thing I'd say bad about it is I didn't care for some of the villain designs. But this is like based on like the Ultimate Spider-Man universe, and those character designs were not good. So what do you expect? And finally, could it be anything else? Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 is one of the GOATs. It's top 3 superhero movies of all time. It is everything about Spider-Man 1, but, amplified by 10. The amazing characters, the great performances, the great action sequences, the cinematography, all great. But most importantly, I'd say, it touched on all the themes that make Spider-Man so good. Family, responsibility, taking the moral high road. It's such an uplifting movie. Plus, the special effects in this one have aged so much better than the other ones, I'd say. That scene with Dr. Octopus murdering all those doctors, it was so well done. It was so terrifying. It was shot like something out of The Evil Dead. It was so good. Best in the city. Zag it. Sorry for that. Anyways, that concludes my tier list for Spider-Man. If you like this video, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on all my social medias to get updated. And if you're ever in need of a movie, be sure to consult The Consumer's Guide to Filmmaking.